So success with women is something that the average guy is completely clueless about. The reason is that it all revolves around things that you can control within your own personal life, as opposed to things you look at outside of yourself, like tricks and tactics, say this and do this, those types of stuff that some of these dating coaches share. Although many men suffer in this aspect, it's not as tough once you get the basics down, and that's why you should stay tuned in order to understand these basics fully. What's going on, guys? My name is Assam from dopelifecoaching.com, and today I'm going to be talking about why you don't succeed with women. I boiled it all down to 3 basics. Now, if it's your first time on this channel, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and you also subscribe down below. Make sure you also hit the bell notifications for new videos just like this one to get notified when they come out. So these are the 3 principles: a sense of self or a sense of mission and vision, confidence, and what's known as an abundance mindset or abundance mentality. So these are the 3 principles: a sense of self or a sense of mission and vision, confidence, and what's known as an abundance mindset or abundance mentality. Now, those 3 principles or basics may seem completely unrelated to success with women, when in fact, they're 100% related. And here's why. In order to succeed with women and be effective at attracting the women of your choice, you need to have what's known as an abundance mindset. And to have an abundance mindset, you need to have confidence. In order to have confidence, you need to understand your sense of self and be on the path with your mission and your focus and your vision in your own life, in that order. And once you really get these things and you grasp it after I discuss the detail with you right now, you'll effortlessly be able to attract the women of your choice in just no time. So number 1, a sense of self and vision and mission that you're on the path to achieve. In order for a masculine man to really embody his masculinity, he needs to have something going for himself that's aligned with who he really is and what he really loves, and devote his undivided attention to that one thing, even if it's just temporary for a couple of hours every week, for example, at first. And it's really important that you love that particular thing that you're going to choose. The reason being, when you really love what you do, you're naturally going to put the best effort in and your best foot forward and the smartest work, not necessarily the hardest work, and tap into more potential to produce the best results in that aspect of your life. And also, your goal with this particular thing that you choose should be to monetize it eventually, even if you can't do that right now. Spend a couple of hours a week, 1 or 2 days a week maybe at first, to figure out what it is that you're passionate about or curious about. If you already know, great. Go out there and figure out a way to monetize this particular thing. Give it your undivided attention 1 to 2 times a week, just a couple of hours. I know a lot of you are working like workhorses. It's fine, but if you really care about something, you'll give it your undivided attention somehow. And the idea is, when you really love this particular thing that you're doing, you're naturally, over time, gonna have more energy. You're gonna be more secure within yourself. And the small things that used to bother you, they're not gonna bother you anymore, or at least not as much. The reason being, because you're more happy right now. And you're more happy because your life is at least in progress to be in alignment with who you really are. And that's always something that a man should have under construction. He should never be satisfied with the way things are. Content, yes, but never satisfied. The reason being is that your masculine energy always has a sense of mission and purpose, mission, purpose, that you're always striving after. If you've achieved what you thought is your purpose, that's fine. Find a new one and then work on that. Give that your undivided attention. And you're gonna see that slowly over time, maybe even really quickly rather, women are going to start to notice that you're getting more confident, more secure. You're walking with your chest out. Your body language shows it. Your eye contact shows it. The way you deal with others shows it. Your tonality shows it. Everything about you just shows it. You become more radiant, more happy, more alive. And because you're on the path to greatness in your own aspect, you define what that is. Nobody could do that for you but yourself. You start to get more confident. Now, a man should always be looking into ways to be productive, free, and most importantly, happy. Happy not just by financial means, but rather by means with his natural self, his sense of self, and his sense of mission somehow are aligned, or at least they're on the path to being aligned. Being productive with your mission and vision should always be your number one priority in your life. That number one priority should never, and I mean never, be women. Sure, you love women, you love to attract them, but they don't come first. Your mission and your purpose, those come first. Principle number 2, confidence. I'm pretty sure that you intuitively know as a man that confidence is at the head of the list of traits that women are attracted to by nature. But what exactly is confidence? And how exactly do we develop it? That's probably the question right now. Confidence is basically knowing how to do something and doing it really well. For example, the person who is really good at public speaking, they've mastered the art of public speaking. Do you think they were born that way? No, they practiced it. I don't care if it was their parents who taught them. Maybe they learned from a young age. Maybe, sure, they could be naturally outgoing, but still the gift for public speaking, they must have practiced it time after time after time until eventually they mastered it where they're super comfortable in their own skin. The same thing, for example, goes for a guy who's just naturally really good with girls. How did they get really good with girls? Do you think they were born that way? No, they practiced. They've talked to girls their whole life. They got used to talking to girls they like, maybe from a really young age. Maybe their parents taught them. But at the end of the day, all of that is practice. So that's how you develop the confidence muscle. Being able to do something and doing it really well requires practice. Just like riding a bike. The first time, you probably fell a bunch of times before you finally got the sense of balance in order to drive the bike. And here's how you specifically develop confidence in this aspect. Well, the first point is the previous point actually about knowing your sense of self and your sense of mission. That alone over time, slowly but surely, will start to make you develop that sense of self-confidence. Why? Because you feel like you're on the path to a better future. Always, that's always the case when it comes to masculine energy. A man always feels empowered and on the beam, on the path to success, when he's following his true calling or something that's aligned with his true nature. And so when you eventually get good at that, or you're at least progressing, you start to get confident naturally. Your swagger just kicks in, the way you talk, the way you have eye contact, the way you carry yourself. All those things carry in. So that's the first point. And then the second point about confidence is, how do you get confident with women? Simple. Again, the best way to get really good at something and to master it is to keep doing it over and over and over again until it becomes natural to you. Now, how do you do that with women? You keep practicing. Get into the habit of talking to women everywhere, wherever you go. It could be at the line at Starbucks, it could be on the park, it could be at the library, and especially at the mall. Because if you're trying new clothes on, for example, you could ask women, what do you think would suit me, this shirt or that shirt? And women naturally love giving their opinions on stuff. They love it by nature. So that's a really great way to do this. And if you want to go the extra mile and get really, really good and just speed up your results, you can assign yourself the homework of talking to 50 women in 1 month. Forcing yourself, just going to the mall. Not the mall that's right next to you just because you might be afraid of, someone seeing you, even though the odds are pretty low, but go somewhere out of your hometown. Drive like 20 minutes, for example, and just talk to as much women you can naturally. If you're at the store, just approach them. How's your day going? I love your shirt, whatever. What that's gonna do is you're gonna get rejected a lot of times, but that's gonna give you the thicker skin and the confidence to keep going forward. And what you're naturally gonna do after time is you're gonna be able to talk to them so naturally, your heart's not even gonna beat because you're so used to it, you practiced it so many times, to the point where you don't even think about it anymore. You make it look easy. And people will start to look at you like, holy shit, how do you do this? That girl's really hot, how did you do it? At the end of the day, it's just all practice. It's not that big of a deal once you've practiced it a lot of times. And it's totally fine if you feel awkward at first, because chances are you will. And that's okay. You're putting yourself into a new environment and you're doing something that you don't normally do. But I guarantee you, if you stick through with this, you're eventually gonna get so good that you're gonna become a natural at this, and you'll be able to talk to whatever woman you want with confidence and make it look so natural. And the fact that you're very natural and loose and comfortable, women will pick up on that and they'll be more attracted to you, and you're gonna get even more confident in just a very short amount of time. And it's also very likely that one of the 50 girls you talk to, if again, you go ahead and go for the extra mile, that one of them at least will be up for an instant date with you, where once you meet her, you tell you what, let's go get some coffee, let's get some juice, whatever it is. And she'll be down because she'll be free. And then I guarantee you're gonna feel amazing after that. You're gonna come off as completely different from every other guy. You're gonna be more confident, more charismatic, you'll have better things to talk about, better jokes to tell. You'll just be natural and fluid. And that's the key to getting confident with women. So principle number 3, the abundance mentality or the abundance mindset. You will naturally develop the abundance mentality the more you master the previous 2 points. This is naturally going to happen. Why? Because you're going to be constantly upping your game, your confidence game, your swagger game, your dating game when it comes to dates and where to go on dates, whatever, the way you talk, how you feel about yourself, because your future is, getting better and better, looking brighter and brighter, and you're progressing more and more within your future plans. And you're now much more fluid when you talk to women. You're much more natural. You know exactly what to say and when to say it because of trial and error. You're gonna have thicker skin. You'll develop thicker skin and you'll be able to handle rejection much more easier than before. And because of that, you're gonna attract higher quality women. And you're gonna attract higher quality women, they'll give you even more confidence. And you get more confidence, you'll attract even better quality women to the point where eventually you're not gonna care if a specific woman doesn't like you or not. And also, if a woman ever leaves you, you're gonna have the abundance mindset to know that you can attract any type of woman that you want because you're that confident within yourself and you've mastered yourself to that point. You'll naturally give off that take it or leave it vibe. And the funny thing is, when you give off that take it or leave it vibe, ironically, that's actually what attracts women to you. Because when you have the take it or leave it mentality, it's like you're giving off the vibe that you're good with them, but you're just as good without them. Instead, if you come off unglued and you're just excessively chasing, this just is a big turnoff to most women. Most people feel that that is extremely unattractive and it just makes you look pathetic and weak. So in essence, that's the abundance mindset. When you have the confidence and the vision and direction from the previous point, you now have an abundance mindset that will make you naturally free. And also, it will make you naturally attract more and more higher quality women with a take it or leave it attitude. That's the key. So that pretty much wraps up everything I wanted to talk about, guys. The 3 points. The first principle is the sense of self and the sense of mission. That is ultimately what's going to give you confidence, and also working on improving your skills with women by talking to them consistently. And the third and final one is the abundance mindset, where you naturally have a mindset that is free and restricted from limitation and not being able to attract a certain women because of bad limitation mindsets. Rather, you develop an abundance mindset where you know there's more than enough women out there and you'd be able to attract every single one of them if you were to choose to. That's the type of mentality you have. So if you found this video valuable in any way, make sure you like the video and you also subscribe down below if you haven't already. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the bell notifications to get notified when new videos just like this one come out. So that's pretty much it, guys. Have an abundance mindset. Do that by being confident You achieve that by having a good sense of self and a sense of mission. Circulate, go out there, talk to people, be confident, work on yourself, improve your life, and you'll notice that things will work for you dramatically and in a very short amount of time. So that's pretty much everything, guys. Peace.